In scene 11, um, all you see in Bonnie's side to start off with is just a toilet on stage. And then Bonnie comes in, quickly gets changed, and then sits down on the toilet with her head in her hands. This could mean a few things possibly to the audience. It could either relate back to scene 9 for Carol's side, when Carol and John had just had sex and she didn't seem like she wanted it that much. So possibly the audience could think that it's happening to Bonnie as well with Joe. However, the scene just before was Bonnie and Joe arguing, so possibly they might think that it's just a one night stand because they've broken up. But just before Esther comes on, there's quite a long time in which Bonnie is on, in which she's not doing much. So I had to think about what she could do during that time, whether she'd be tapping her foot or playing about with her hands, maybe being nervous or worried or angry, possibly regretful. So I had to think about what fits Bonnie best and which one was she more likely to be doing. I thought that she'd possibly be more worried and kind of nervous about it, slightly stressed possibly, with a foot tapping, a little bit of hand wringing, which relates back to scene 4 in Anna's side. This is because I thought, well, later on Bonnie says that she kind of regrets it. So I thought that that would show that quite well and would show that the audience that it is possibly more of a one night stand than Bonnie having sex with Joe that she didn't want. When Esther comes in, it would probably become very clear to the audience that it was a one night stand because it's a person that they don't know. And Bonnie fairly quickly says that she should go. And with this line, we put in an action of her trying to go through the doorway, but because Esther stood in it, there's quite a lot of tension there, because Esther wants Bonnie to come back to bed, but Bonnie just wants to leave straight up. So that was something that was quite good to explore in the way that they react to each other in that moment and how each of them would act in that situation. Esther, we thought, was a bit more of a sexual predator almost, seeking out people and bringing them back to her. Although she's also quite kind in the way she does it, she cares about them. But Bonnie is very awkward and just wants to leave, and she possibly regrets what's happened and didn't want it to happen in the first place if she had been sober. Later on, Bonnie says that she was drinking too much and that she doesn't really drink. The fact that she doesn't really drink is the opposite of what Anna does, because Anna used to be drunk constantly and be on drugs constantly. So potentially it shows that Bonnie is trying to fight that, but then also the fact that she drank too much like the night before. So shows that possibly she's falling into those patterns and is following in Anna's footsteps almost, but just a little later after she's lost control. She also says that her head's swimmy. This is the same thing that Anna says in scene 3. So in the audience's mind, it would definitely link the two of them. And while they might not realise at that moment that they are related, it definitely puts in their minds that there is some connection between the two of them. And the fact that Bonnie is falling into that shows that she might possibly end up in the same situation that Anna did and that Carol did, because she is taking up what her previous generations have done, and they didn't turn out very well because of it, so possibly Bonnie won't either.